Zawadi Njoroge is one of the finest and distinguished brand imaging personalities. She's an actress, and in addition, she's an economist and an entrepreneur. I am excited to host her and have the rare privilege for an up-close conversation on her journey through life. Zawadi, being a brand, I'm just wondering, is there anything you have ever been overpriced?
So I hope I get this right. I'm going to talk about, so last year I got an opportunity to go into voiceover acting and offering those services. And I was starting out. It's something I thought I wanted to try out, but now I got an opportunity to do it. And I didn't even know the rate, the market rate. I didn't know what to expect. And as a beginner, you're feeling like I might be shortchanged. I don't know how much I'm worth or what to quote, but I feel keeping it open allowed for, I think, just the thought of, oh, maybe you're a brand or you're used to doing this type of stuff. Let's just say I had a good run.
You had a good run. What kind of businesses do you like investing in?
I think I'm a firm believer people invest in people more than the services, the business, the goods, all of that. So I like investing in passionate people, driven people, and businesses things I actually know about. So before even investing, I take a while, before going into anything, I take a while to do my research, to learn, and then I'm like, okay, I feel like this is something I'm passionate about and I wouldn't mind doing. I don't like putting myself, I think if there's a stereotype I do actually check, a Gen Z, it's my work ethic. Okay. So going into things, I go only into things I feel comfortable in and passionate about and knowledgeable about. Yeah.
What are the things that you keep private?
Oh, that's a lot. I don't know. I think I'm a private person. So family. Because I don't know, everyone is different. In my family, there's people who just like their life private. So since I'm one of those people, I try and respect that as well. So I try and keep that private. Relationships. Yeah, that was just a spicy one. A spicy one? Yeah. And I just feel it's easier when you take your losses and your wins in private.
Private, absolutely. Yeah.
And money, what I do, I think there's a lot I do that I don't even share with people. Yes. Only if you're close to me, you're able to know, oh, you're doing this and this as well at the moment. But like generally people would just be wondering, like, when you make happy, what have you been doing? But it's because I don't know, I'm just not big on sharing progress or like this is what I'm currently doing, this are my plans. Not for any good reason keep it to yourself or it won't work out. No, it's just I find it easier to just keep it to myself.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's the one thing that people misunderstood about you and it took you a while to deal with it?
My personality. Yeah. Let me start by saying, so a lot of people don't even know I'm introverted. And so even the spaces I'm in, so sometimes I remember when I was especially in the film industry a lot, and there's people I'd meet and they had a certain perception of me, or they're expecting I'd be outspoken or very out there. And then they meet me and they're thinking, no, are you offended? Is everything okay? Are you comfortable? What can we do? And I was thinking, this is just me.
I just like it chill.
And for the longest time, I'd be thinking, okay, now I need to push myself and socialize more because there's an expectation to my personality. Mm-hmm. Or people who maybe are thinking, it's called an RBF, like the face, the resting face, and you just look like you're so serious, you're so, and a lot of people actually expect I'm a snob or something like that. And for the longest, I'd feel the need to prove them wrong, or just to show you, but I'm not such a bad person, or I'm approachable, or I can be an extrovert too, because I feel like depending, I'm an ambivert. But nowadays, I lean more towards the introverted side. So I'd feel the need to try and prove
that you are an ambivert.
That I'm an ambivert, that I can socialize, that I'm not so bad, that I'm approachable, I would snob you. But I came to terms with my personality, and that, it might take a while, but it's okay. I don't need to prove anyone wrong or right. That's just who I am. As long as I'm not being mean to anyone, we'll get there. We'll get there when we get there. And if you get to know who I am and we get to socialize, well and good, but we'll get there. I'm not trying to prove anyone or anything.
As a commercial model, I'm sure you've come across many compliments. So I have a trivia for you. What compliment would you value most from a man who you're interested in? A, you always look good. B, you know how to color coordinate. Or C, you understand your body type.
You understand your body type. I feel like the first one comes with some sort of expectations. I feel like I need to match up every time and keep looking good all the time. And it's not every time you look good. So, but this last one is just like, you just do you do things that work for you. Yeah.
How about for B, you know how to color coordinate? How does it sound?
It's just, I feel like it's a lazy compliment. Like, sure, it's inbuilt in women. We all know how to color coordinate.
Now, let's talk about faith. What's one of the most inspiring scripture or scripture passages from the Bible that strengthen you and that you can share with us?
That would have to be still, I know that I am God. That's Psalm 46:10. I feel like it's usually the verse for me in every season, because that's just life. There's highlights, there's lowlights, there's, the hills and the valleys, and through it all, it's just but a reminder. In the good times, just be still and wait for God to do his thing. In the low times, in the valleys, no need to worry, no need to stress, no need to overplan, no need to, just be still and know that I am God. I feel like it's carried me through a lot.
One word. What would you value in a man who has captured your attention?
Godliness.
Wow. Please break it down.
I feel like if it's one word, that is it. Because someone who is godly, there's a lot that God teaches us on how to act, how to be. And we're all striving to be like Jesus. And he set a good example. And even in how Christ, the whole situation of the bride, the church, all of that. And so if someone is godly and you've submitted to God's authority, he's working on your heart. And you will love me the way I should be loved if you have allowed God to teach you these things. So just by being a godly man, that's it. Everything else I know I don't need to struggle with, it will fall in place.
Commercial modeling is one of those careers that comes with a lot of attention. So in that space, are there moments in which you had to set some boundaries? In other words, you had to brush off some dudes. If yes, how did you do it?
This is a tricky one. It has taken a lot of growth. I think I'm very phlegmatic. So for the longest time, I'd be looking for ways to tell you in a very nice way. I don't want to hurt you. And most of the time people would misunderstand and end up coming back. So it was like a cycle. I just told I don't think, but you're good, you're great people. You keep doing you. And after, someone will think, okay, I'm doing good, it's just maybe the timing, so we'll keep trying and trying and trying. But saizi, stop us too. It's
Stop
like,
us.
thanks, again, you're good peoples. I have to throw that in. I just don't like you like that, or that just made me uncomfortable, or I'm just not in that space.
Yes.
Yeah,
So it's straight up.
it's just straight up right now. Hizo zingine tuadili nazo mbele, but saizi, hey, it's I'm after the peace of mind, so just hit it
As we move on.
as we move
As an
on.
actress, what kind of roles did you like engaging in?
Ooh, I'm in a different space. When I was starting, I used to be part of a show called Trap House, and I loved that role. I loved it because I was starting out and I was comfortable, and I didn't want to do something that would make me think, am I doing this well? Am I okay? And at that time, that role was very close to who I was, because it was set in it was a university setting. I was a student, I was dating, and a lot of these things were common. So the role and me, a lot of things were common, and I feel like it's so easy for me to step into this role because I'm a student. At the time I was dating, I don't know, I was like, a lot of things were common. However, right now I'm looking for things to challenge me, like something with depth. Like, this is your career, your profession, and something different from what I actually do. Something professional and with a lot of depth and a lot of, this is your family situation, relationship situation, career situation. So I need to feel like I've immersed myself in a character, and that's what I'm hoping for this year. Yeah.
Zawadi, what would be your parting shot to viewers and listeners?
There's two things I've really come to learn and appreciate. It's growth and patience. And there's a time for both of them. But I'm always striving to grow a skill, to grow in knowledge of myself, to grow in knowledge of God. And no matter how small, the baby steps do come to make a big difference, and you have to be patient with yourself. I think I was seeing this some days back, that envy comes from lack of trust in God's time. So when you see other people and you envy where they're at or what they're doing, you are not trusting the work that God is doing in your life at that moment and what He's prepared you for. So I'd say growth, keep growing, no matter how small, and be patient with yourself and with God, just trusting in God. Yes.